Good evening and welcome to Helm Field in beautiful Los Gatos, California, as we get ready for a big-time Yenza League showdown with massive implications for both the visiting Milpitas Trojans and your Los Gatos Wildcats. Matt Martini here with you, flying solo at the moment due to a fateful flag football accident by my normal partner in crime, Omar Elahi, who is currently bedridden at home and unable to move. But I won't be flying solo for long. My other former teammate, Jeff Collins, is racing here as we speak, so that he can join in, probably after about the first period or so. So thank you all for joining us. As is often the case when these two perennial title contenders meet, the winner of this game will have the inside track to the league title. Both teams come in with an identical conference record of 2-0. Milpitas is 5-2 overall, or 4-2 overall, I should say, and Los Gatos is 3-2 overall, having both coming in with very tough schedules along the way. There'll be no shortage of playmakers on the field for either squad, so let's start with the visitors here. Milpitas, as always, is extremely fast and aggressive with weapons to spare on both sides of the ball. On the offensive side, they'll be led by their dual threat quarterback, Oliver Spursky, who actually transferred from Palo Alto, I remember, who has 13 total touchdowns on the season already through 6 games. 6 of those coming by way of ground, running the ball in. In the backfield, they have one of the most dynamic players in the league back there. His name is Cross Chavez, and apologies if I'm saying that incorrectly. C-R-O-S, first name. Interesting. But anyway, he comes into this matchup with 6 total touchdowns, and he's very difficult to bring down. Low center of gravity, quick, strong, and fast. On the O-line, number 53, Taufa Mutulele, is a 3-year starter on varsity for Milpitas, and he'll be doing his best to open up holes for Chavez. On the defensive side of the ball, Milpitas is led by linebacker Michael Pyle, who is fast and furious and an excellent run stopper. He'll be all over the place today. For Los Gatos, they'll be looking to their ascending quarterback Hunter Biggie, who's been playing great, to manage the offense and avoid mistakes against an extremely aggressive Milpitas defense that can really make you pay for your mistakes. He'll be getting help from his leading rusher, Jordan Howell, among a committee of running back for Los Gatos who have been doing a great job this year, and leading receiver Ryan Galt, who is a major catalyst on both sides of the ball, and also in the secondary. On defense, returning all-league linebackers Colt Dowdy and Jake Holton will be doing everything within their power to slow down this explosive rushing attack of Milpitas. So again, welcome to Helm Field in Los Gatos. This is a new turf field. Ed Helm in 1953 passed away, and a couple years later, the field was named Helm Field. And just earlier this year, we pulled out all of the real grass and put in field turf, as a lot of high schools are doing around here, especially in this drought crisis that we're in. So everything's all good here. Teams are pumped up. The crowd is really filling in already, and we're very excited to have some football as the captains walk out to the center of the field to shake hands and get ready for the coin toss.
Student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated at our grounds for removal from the site competition. Also, the consumption or possession of alcohol.
Captains for Los Gatos, number 3, Ryan Galt. We've got also number 74, who is Mark Shaheen, the offensive lineman and defensive lineman senior. Number 33, Colt Dowdy, as I mentioned earlier, their stud linebacker. Number 11, Miles Beach, who's a two-way player playing tight end and defensive end who makes a lot of big plays out there. I actually saved them about 2 weeks ago. I watched when we were calling this game 2 weeks ago against Wilcox. Made an incredible fourth down play to save the game for the Cats, and then the next play after that caught a long touchdown, breaking a couple of tackles along the way. So another guy to watch out for, Miles Beach, big strong kid. Looks like the Cats have won the toss and elected to receive. Not sure if you guys could hear the feed from the PA announcer, but that's just been called out. So it looks like Los Gatos will have the first crack at it today. So yeah, and speaking with Danny Sullivan earlier today, he's offensive coordinator for Los Gatos. You know, he really has a lot of respect from this team dating back to his days, playing against Milpitas. And, as I've said before, Milpitas always brings a lot to the table and a lot of talent. And here comes the national anthem. Fantastic job by the Los Gatos band, as always. We will actually have a nice halftime show, as we always do, from the band, the color guard, and the cheerleaders. And of course, the two cat mascots who seem to be having more and more fun every week down there with each other. So excited for football here. Los Gatos kick return team getting ready. Milpitas kickoff team, hit squad as they like to say, also out there. Another player to look out for, especially from a field position standpoint, is kicker for Milpitas, whose name is currently escaping me. He's got quite a leg on him, and that's another thing to look out for, especially with teams that are so similar in terms of abilities on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. A lot of times it's that third component of the game, special teams, that ends up making the difference in the game. So here we go, number 15, kicker for Milpitas, Cesar Silva, with his stylishly hot pink shoes on, ready to get this game underway. And as expected, he nails one deep into the end zone for a touchback for Los Gatos. So the Cats will start at their own 20. Senior Hunter Big out for number 7, leading the way for the Cats, showing tremendous improvements game by game, really showing his composure, making great plays out there. Los Gatos lines up too wide to start. Quick drop, and smartly throws that ball away. Just left pressure in his face and nobody open on that quick route. So this is going to be a challenge for Gatos. You know, they've had their ups and downs this year. They've been playing fantastically recently, coming in with a 3-game winning streak, having destroyed their rival Saratoga last week, 41-20. And to be honest, it wasn't even as close as the score would indicate. So Los Gatos feeling confident, but so is Milpitas, also on a 3-game winning streak. And Milpitas has, you know, Milpitas has an incredible split right now of outscoring teams 235-94. So we will see what happens here. Some handoff, outside run by number 2, Jordan Howell. He's stacked up after a gain of approximately 2 yards, which will bring up a 3rd and long, about 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line.
Assisted by 21, Jared Green. It's a gain of 2 yards.
So here comes the first real challenge for the Los Gatos offense here, 3rd and 8. Milpitas defense with some really great pass rushers on the outside defensive end positions gets to pin their ears back a little bit and come after them. But as we've learned from watching these games, Coach Crail is anything but predictable. So we really have no idea what to expect here. But Los Gatos comes out a wing set. It looks like they got the left defensive end to jump there, number 42. Ali Matau went into the neutral zone on that one. So that's going to make this 3rd down a whole lot more manageable. 3rd down and about 2.5 yards for Los Gatos. And that's something the Los Gatos is going to want to do all evening. They're going to want to make sure they keep the Milpitas defense off balance, not feeling quite so comfortable. And the motion man gets the ball, takes a sweep outside, and he is going to be brought down short of that 1st down, right around the line of scrimmage. So great play by Milpitas defense, really getting outside and making sure their contain is all squared away over there. And they're going to force a 3-and-out to begin this game, get the ball back with some pretty good field position, more than likely. And they have a very explosive kick returner, a sophomore, number 20, who's going to get away from the ball as it's a short kick, and Milpitas is going to take over right at midfield.
The Trojans will take over 1st and 10.
The Trojans will take over here, 1st and 10. And just to get back to kick returner or returner Tariq Bracey, we're going to see him again today. I have a feeling he's a sophomore sensation. He's got 6 total touchdowns as well. I feel like every skill position on this team has about 6 total touchdowns. He's got four rushing touchdowns and 2 by way of the pass. Averages about 40 yards per catch this year, albeit on about 6 catches, but very impressive nonetheless. And first play from scrimmage for Milpitas is a slightly overthrown pass on a flag route. That was actually open. And that was to wide receiver number 2, Devin Crummy. Quarterback for Milpitas, as I mentioned before, is Oliver Svirsky. Dual threat, 13 touchdowns of the season, 7 through the air and 6 on the ground. Milpitas lining up 3 wide in a shotgun formation. Handoff. Number 20, Tariq Bracey, brought down in the backfield. Great play by the Los Gatos defensive line there, getting a strong push, maintaining their gaps and making sure Bracey didn't have anywhere to move. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Trojans here. Not having much luck on their first 2 pupils, going back 1 yard. Four wide formation, 1 back. He drops back, finds a receiver right on the sideline. Nice pass and nice catch by, I believe, number 5, John McCauley. over there on the left sideline. Gets both feet in just in case he's practicing for the NFL in a few years here. As you guys probably know, in high school you only need 1 foot in, but he just got in 2 just to make sure. Trips formation to the right, 1 left. Pump fake by Swirsky. He's going to take off and run, showing off some swift moves there, but nice open field tackle by Los Gatos there to limit the gain to 2 yards, 3 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd and 7. As you can see, Milpitas really likes to speed things up. They like to keep the defense, unbalanced. And as you see, number 75 for Los Gatos and number 8 were both caught on the field during the change, and that's going to be a penalty for too many men on Los Gatos. So that's something you got to watch out for if you're Los Gatos. You got to make sure that you understand the personnel on the offensive side of the ball, so that you can know exactly how you need to match up, and you need to make that decision quickly, and the coaches need to know that too. They're going to need to make sure that everyone's on the same page, and that those substitutions happen extremely quickly. So we've seen a couple penalties here already. That one's going to give Milpitas a 2nd and short here. Or is it going to give them a first down? It's going to give them a first down.
1st and 10 for the Trojans.
So 1st and 10 from about the Los Gatos 28. Handoff to the fullback.
Put him on the ground.
Stacked up for about a 1 to 2 yard run right there.
75 Nick Krivicki and 33 Corvatti on the stop.
Krivicki on the stop, who is one of Los Gatos' top linemen and a returning all-league player. And they're going to need him to really step up and play a great game today if they want to hold their own against these strong, powerful offensive linemen on Milpitas. And as you can see there, maybe on the defense again, and they're going to move it forward.
Encroachment against the Wildcats. 5-yard pin will move the ball to the Cat 22-yard line.
So encroachment is the theme of the day so far. Milpitas get caught with it once and Los Gatos already twice, so they need a little bit more discipline from the defense here. Quick pass, finds his receiver, and that's going to be for another first down, close to the 10-yard line. That was receiver on that play was Milpitas, a sophomore wide receiver, sitting at 6'3", 190. Another big body and lots of potential there, I'm sure. So that's going to give Milpitas a 1st and 10 from about the 12-yard line, which means they can still get a first down here without scoring.
Number 11.
Shotgun formation, we got an option. Swirsky cuts it back. Sniffing the end zone, and he is in? No word from the refs yet. Looks like he may have stepped out of bounds right around the 1-yard line, but wow. Great play by Swirsky, showing off the athleticism there. Didn't really have that in the scouting report. Although he probably should have. He does have 6 total TDs on the ground, but thought that maybe they were a little bit more scramble oriented rather than flipping the whole field like he did right there. So that was very impressive. And I'm completely wrong, and it was a touchdown. Turns out the refs just didn't like to put their hands up. So Milpitas gets on the board first, looking for the extra point to make it 7. And the extra point is right down the middle. 7-0 Milpitas early. So that's about as good as you can like it if you're Milpitas. A great start for them. Los Gatos trying to work out the kinks here, get and really try to figure out how to play their ball game here rather than be manhandled like they were that first drive down the field. Obviously aided by several penalties, and that's just something that they're going to have to shore up if they want to have a chance.
Trojans.
So getting back to Milpitas' schedule on the season, they had a tough game to start against Antioch, which is just a really strong team from the NCS, the North Coast section. Then they beat Newark Memorial 71-0. And then they played local powerhouse Valley Christian, and they lost 22-1 in a heartbreaker. Following that, they beat Milpitas 40-6, Fremont 41-6, and Palo Alto 40-13. And that brings us to now. So Los Gatos is definitely going to have their hands full today. And here is the kickoff for number 15, Cesar Silva. And it again reaches the end zone, which in high school is an automatic touchback. So Los Gatos will again start at their own 20-yard line, down 7-0, looking to get something going here. Let's see what Coach Crail and offensive coordinator Danny Sullivan have up their sleeve here. They've been known to be extremely creative, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with.
Wing power. There you go.
There's a run over to the left side, over left tackle for about yards. And Milpitas defense holding strong in that front seven right now. Not really giving up much room on the run game. So Los Gatos is going to have to figure out the holes here to see what they can take advantage of. Coming out in a wing formation, a wing T formation. Wing reverse, as we've grown so accustomed to over the year in Los Gatos, our bread and butter play. But that's another play. Milpitas has seen it thousands and thousands of times, and I remember when I was playing here. Not to live too much in the past here, but I do remember we had the MVP of the league in 2003. His name was Derek Tam, great player. Played in front of me actually, which was okay, not great, but he was an amazing player, so it's great to see. And I remember he had -1 yards rushing against Milpitas when we were seniors, and every other game was not nearly like that. So let's see what Los Gatos has got. We've got a quick and it is picked off. And it is going to be returned to the 1-inch yard line. Wow. Milpitas making amazing plays left and right here to start this ball game. And that was just an overthrown rocket screen to the receiver out there for Los Gatos. And great job by the Milpitas defense, by the cornerback to read that play and see what was going on. And to get up there so quickly and make that play, that was a big-time play. Big-time play by number 5. Milpitas looking to take a 2-touchdown lead early on here. They've got all their big boys in. It looks like they're going to call a timeout to think about it a little bit more. Definitely not the way Los Gatos would have liked to get this game going. Fortunately for them, they still have about 3.5 quarters remaining, and as they've shown, they're quite a resilient group. I've seen them come back from more than from a larger lead or from a larger deficit than this multiple times over the last couple of years. So, Coach Crail has definitely instilled that kind of attitude around this team about how never giving up. You're always in the game regardless. So we'll see what Los Gatos can do here. But against big number 77 in there, might be tough to stop this one on a first and goal from the half-yard line. Quarterback keeper from Searski. It looks like he's stuffed for no gain. We're going to do it again.
guard into the pulling tight end. And that's what happened. They ran into the tight end because
Here's the
had
snap.
that guard in the backfield.
And goes to the running back, and he is in for a touchdown. Number 28, Ross Chavez, their elusive running back, puts up his 7th touchdown of the season there. Probably the easiest one he's had so far. So, yep, Los Gatos now down 13-0, pending the extra point. To all of our friends and family and Los Gatos and Milpitas supporters worldwide. I shouldn't say worldwide, probably countrywide, maybe just statewide. We'll see. But thank you all for tuning in here as we watch this massive Dianza League game. That the team that wins this one is going to have 3 games left, and it's going to be completely within their control, and the loser is going to be on the outside looking in. So, as the coaches have said before this game, spoke with Danny Sullivan, said this is a massive one. This, it's a little bit presumptuous to assume that this is the league title game, but he basically said it was. So, this is a huge one here. Los Gatos is gonna need to figure out a way to bounce back here, make sure they make this head-to-head ball game. Cesar Silva about to kick off for a 3rd time already in this ball game. 5 minutes. Milpitas. And another kick deep into the end zone. So it looks like the Los Gatos kick return team is not going to have too much to do. Kyle Reed catches another touchback there. Just waiting for his opportunity. Getting waved at right now by my 7th grade teacher. It's kind of distracting, but awesome at the same time. Hi, guys. All right, Los Gatos lines up. 2 receivers wide. Miles Beach split out to the left. Biggie back to pass. And his throw is errant to number 3, Ryan Galt. A quick little out, and throw just wasn't quite there. So not much luck for Los Gatos offense so far this game. They're going to need to really bear down here and really try to execute on these plays. A lot of it you can definitely attribute to a great defense on the Milpitas side. But I've seen Los Gatos make these plays numerous times, and they're just going to have to get the wiggles out a little bit here. We've got a flag on that play after a short gain by number 21, Jake Parinello. Let's see what the refs have for us. And while we have a second here as the refs try to sort this out, my good friend out here is the call. We have a defensive penalty. A substitution penalty, which will be a 5-yard penalty. My buddy and former Los Gatos player Jeff Collins will be joining us momentarily here as he's parking his car, and I know this place is packed, so might not be in the immediate future, but he will be here, before the end of this game, probably for the second half. So, in case anybody gets tired of this voice, we'll have a second one. Don't worry. So it's hard to describe what exactly is going on, but Los Gatos just got about a 25-yard penalty. I mean, it sounds as silly to me as it does to you, trust me, but they are somehow on support from the referees. So here we are, Los Gatos past midfield for the first time today. And Biggie scrambles out to the right for a big gain, well inside the 40-yard line, down to the 33. Nice play. Los Gatos knocking at the door here. Oh, and Jeff Collins just ran up the stairs. We're not going to have him say anything yet because he's breathing extremely hard. But, you know, he'll be good. He's in great shape, I can already tell. So, welcome, Jeff. Welcome to the party.
Am I on? I think I'm here, Matt.
I can hear you.
Oh, that's good.
You're right
news.
next to me,
All
but
right.
I can. So that's good.
Brings me back to my playing days. If I ran up those stairs as fast as I did back in 2005, I might have been playing a lot longer.
No, that's right. That's right.
How's the game been going so far, Matt? It's
Well,
good to join you.
It's 14-0 Milpitas right now. So if you're a Milpitas fan, it's going fantastically. Now I'm extremely objective, of course, here. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to say that this game has been, fantastic all the way through.
Okay.
Some mistakes, a couple mistakes by Los Gatos here and there. In particular, a pick almost six on a rocket screen that went awry.
Oh my goodness.
A pick six, but it wasn't quite a pick six because the guy got tackled at the 1-inch yard line, and
Unfortunately, they don't have instant replay in high school football.
Yeah, he may have been in. It looked in from here, but anyway, they pounded it in 2 plays later, got us to 14-0.
It looks like Los Gatos is driving here on their own 34-yard line with 3:28 left. One thing they can do is definitely come back. Los Gatos is a good team. They don't let up any time.
And there's a nice pass by Biggie out to number 5, Grant Rosenbaum, for a first down.
Rosenbaum,
Down
a
to the
senior,
22.
split in, 5'11", and just over 165 pounds.
Yep. Senior, and Los Gatos, as we've said before, Los Gatos really gets a lot of people involved. They really know how to utilize each player's individual skill sets, which is a little bit different than what we're typically used to with the Los Gatos team. In the past, it's been running back, a wide receiver, maybe a couple other players here and there, but everyone's playing both ways. This team, they really spread it out and they really keep everyone engaged.
Absolutely. Man in motion.
We've got
Looks like a run around the right-hand side.
to Ryan Galt. And that's going to be for positive yardage, about 3 or 4 yards inside the 20 for Los Gatos.
Ryan Galt, a senior this year, also a big impact on the team last year until he got hurt as a junior. A lot of things expected out of Ryan Galt this year, and hopefully so far he's delivered. But they definitely want to see more out of him, especially in a game like this. They'll need a bunch of players to step up in the second half. They are keeping it close, though, down 14-0 and driving here in the Milpitas zone.
Yeah, Galt, one of their top playmakers at both sides of the ball for sure. Playing 6-back for this team, which means that he's going to catch a lot of passes and he's also going to run the ball quite a bit. So he needs to be, a very, very talented player to be able to do those things.
Play action pass from Biggie to the corner, and unfortunately intercepted. They're running it down the right-hand side and all the way up to the Los Gatos 38-yard line. Probably not a throw that you'd want to make right there.
Yeah, not the best decision for Biggie. He saw his big tight end Miles White, which can be very tempting to throw to. We've seen him make amazing plays this year, even when covered. But he just didn't see the corner who was sitting back there in his zone, and the corner just jumped right in front of that and had an easy pickoff. So Los Gatos squanders an opportunity there.
One thing I noticed, and I'm sure you'd agree, in high school, it's definitely tough to force someone to throw the ball away. And most quarterbacks don't want to throw the ball away with as little as Los Gatos, throws the ball to the run. You want to make every pass count. Sometimes it is better just to throw it into the stands or knock out a mascot.
Yep, exactly. That's something you learn as you grow as a quarterback. But it's not always as easy as it sounds. I think on that one he may have been trapped in the pocket a little bit, and ended up.
It looks like, was that a false start there? It looks like
there's some sort of offensive illegal procedure, and they also managed to just give away their trick play, so that's interesting too. That might come back in later on in this game. It looked like they were trying to pull up the double reverse pass or something like that, similar to what Stanford pulled last night, if anybody saw that ridiculous play.
I was going to say it's a good week to do it. I don't know how that play actually worked or how it actually counted, but
I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. catching it on the defender's back, which was impossible. But hey, if it works, it works.
It works, it works. It counts as 7 points. Looks like we're going to have 1st and 15 here for Milpitas, and it's just a draw up the middle. And a nice carry there. He's going to keep going, bounce off a few defenders. That's a 14-yard gain.
I believe that is number 28, Cross Chavez, their big-time running back. Actually, you know what? I think that was number 20, Tariq Bracy, who is their other big, massive playmaker. You know, he's their kick returner, he's their punt returner. He's got 6 total touchdowns, 4 rushing, 2 passing, and here he goes again.
Right outside, breaks a few tackles. He's still on his feet.
This guy can move
all the way
not
down
easy
to
to bring
18.
down.
My
Wow.
goodness.
Great run by Bracy again. And like we were saying, he's got a bunch of touchdowns on the season. He even has 2 interceptions, so that's a kid you got to look out for.
Absolutely. Playmakers definitely stand out in high school football. It's one thing that makes it easy. The big players on each team tend to go both ways. They tend to make plays on both sides of the ball, and they're easy to spot.
Yep. Bracy again, showing off the moves.
Number 20, also Barry Sanders, wore number 20, seeing moves just like that. Quick cuts, 2 fresh ACLs in his knee, so I'm sure if he keeps those healthy, he can keep doing that for a long time.
Yeah, I think we'll be hearing this guy's name quite a bit, Tariq Bracy, as a sophomore. He's cutting up the Los Gatos defense right now.
They will go to him again. He bounces out to the outside, breaks 2 or 3 tackles before the entire team has to bring him down after a couple-yard gain. Milpitas choosing not to use their timeout just yet. They have 2 as the clock's winding down past 45 seconds.
And Brazy running like a man possessed right now.
Haven't gotten a chance to see this new Wildcat field from up here in the booth. I have seen it from field level, but man, it does look nice. All brand new field turf, something you and me will have never been used to playing out here.
It would be just mud at this point in most years.
That's a give to the fullback right up the gut. And I think he probably got the first down as the clock stops at 5 seconds.
Yep, he's going to have the first down, and that's going to likely end this first period here, which really went Milpitas' way so far.
It's surprising here with 2 timeouts. Milpitas is not calling a timeout with 5 seconds left, and now they finally do.
Oh no, this is the first quarter, so we still have.
Oh, so I got here.
Yeah, you got here really
of time.
fast. It was pretty impressive. I don't know how you got from parking lot to here so quickly. It was probably why you're sweating right now.
Exactly. You know, Matt, going to Los Gatos and knowing the way around definitely took some scenic routes, but I got to pass by the tennis courts and the science building and even our old workout room before making it through the gates, not over it, and up to the booth.
Nice. Well, I appreciate the hustle. So Los Gatos looking at a potential 3-touchdown deficit here early on in this ball game as we get the second quarter just about underway.
We have 12-minute periods here in high school football compared to the 15 that you have in pros. 12 minutes for high school varsity football. This ball is going to come all the way down to the other side of the field as you're looking on the screen, and it's going to be a 1st and 5. And now that I know we're playing in the first quarter, or second quarter now, Milpitas is going to have a very good chance at making it an even bigger deficit for Los Gatos to come back from.
First and goal, Trojans at the 5-yard line as we begin the second quarter.
Milpitas going back to their power back here, as we can see. Number 28, Cross Chavez in the game. Tariq Bracy out as they're, in a goal line formation here. right down at the 5-yard line as we get the second quarter underway. And there's a pass.
That is good for a Milpitas touchdown. Los Gatos was definitely not expecting that, especially on 1st and 5, and after about 4 straight run plays. But a nice play-action rollout and a nice conversion from Milpitas there. They did everything right on that play.
Yeah, and that was actually their stud linebacker, Michael Pyle, playing fullback there. They ran a quick little route where Pyle started off coming at the defensive end, looking like he was gonna block him, and then he just ran right by him. Nobody covered him. Touchdown, Milpitas.
Cesar Silva with a pitching wedge, and that's going to make it 21-0 Milpitas, and Los Gatos sidelines a little quiet. Maybe our shouts out to our sponsors will wake them up a little bit, at least wake us up. Tune in to Jacoby's Talk of the Town, a Charlie Rose-style interview with host Michael Jacoby and fascinating guests from around the Bay Area. Visit kcat.org/YouTube to view past shows. Don't miss Steve Mariucci as our next featured guest. Steve Mariucci, former 49ers head coach, reviewed to the ad attached.
Yep, I'm going to be there on Tuesday.
I'd love to see Steve Mariucci. I knew his son back in the day. I think he went to St. Francis. Probably that's why we're too
Valley
close.
Christian, I believe.
Valley Christian, there you go.
Hey, whatever. They're all the same. WCL.
Absolutely.
So let's take this quick second to say this broadcast is brought to you by KCAT TV 15. You can watch all these games live, and you can check in at www.youtube.com/user/KCAT TV broadcast. We hope you all will join us. As here comes another kickoff, which may actually not make the end zone for the first time today. Number 21, Jake Parinello, getting outside and dragged down at about the 23-yard line. So that's where Los Gatos will start, down 21-0 here early in the second quarter.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if my first full Los Gatos drive for this game, down 21-0. I'd like to see some urgency. As early in the game as this is, you definitely have to put some points on the board to stop momentum, because more so than I think at any other level of football, high school football momentum is the most important. When you're going, you're going, but when you're down, it is hard to come back. So to get the momentum turned around makes all the difference.
Yeah, and Los Gatos is really going to have to take that back right here. They don't have much more leeway to spare.
Almost fumbles the stat.
Wow. Los Gatos fortunate to get out of that play with a few-yard gain rather than a fumble or something worse.
Absolutely. Ryan Galt there on the carry. Looks like they're going to give him about 3 yards, making it 2nd and 7 on the 26-yard line. A lot easier to tell where the ball is spotted with these new lines and paint job on the field. It's much easier.
Yeah, I mean, the field looks amazing. The only thing I would request would be some actual communication from the referees rather than just, I mean, you missed it, but earlier today they gave Los Gatos, they moved the ball forward for Los Gatos about 30 yards and didn't really explain it. No one really knows what happened. I guess it was 2 personal fouls. Anyway.
Unfortunately, it didn't help them all that much, but...
yeah, it didn't help them. They threw a pick a couple plays later. And also on the touchdown, I think they must have just said touchdown because nobody saw them put their hands up. So some interesting things going down there.
High school referees, always fun to watch and try to figure out. Los Gatos 3rd and 5 here.
Big 3rd down play. Los Gatos really needs to give their defense a little bit of a break here. Get some chains moving on offense.
Galton motion, so Twins left, a little rollout, and
he's gonna go down. That's Chandre Smith, number 11 for the Milpitas Trojans. He came into this game as their sacks leader with 4. That's gonna get him up to 5.
You know, that's not Hunter Bigg's fault on that one. That's a little miscommunication on the offensive line and really just getting blown back by the defender. That shouldn't happen that easily. You need to put up a fight, to especially when you know the quarterback's going to be rolling out to your side.
So here comes the Los Gatos punt.
Not too bad a kick as a fair catch is called and dropped and
dropped.
bucked. And Ryan Galt
Gatos comes up with it.
I know we're supposed to be impartial, Matt, but that was a great play for Los Gatos, and we talked about momentum. Hopefully this gives them a little bit of a jolt.
Yep, I think that's this is going to have to do it. They're going to have to figure out what to do here now. They're on the 39-yard line going in. They just got a major break, and you know that's kind of what happens with sophomores. Tariq Gracie, we saw his playmaking ability last time he was on the field, breaking tackles left and right, showing off his speed. Well, that time he just tried to do, well, didn't try to do too much, but he just, you just got to focus and make sure you see that ball, and especially on a fair catch when you know you're not running anywhere. So
I think as a high school punter, and I used to punt as well, one of the biggest keys is getting the ball up in the air and forcing the player to make a catch like that, and that obviously worked out well for Wildcats.
Play action, Biggie. Looking downfield, has a receiver.
Miles Beach.
Touchdown, Los Gatos.
An excellent seam route run by Miles Beach. A nice play action fake there from Hunter Big. He actually got turned around, almost looked like he was going to throw it left-handed, turned back around and threw a strike. Miles Beach had a couple steps on his defender at least, and a nice play, nice seam route run. He did exactly the way they're supposed to do it.
Yep, that was beautifully executed. Miles Beach, coming into this game, Los Gatos' leading receiver with 319 yards through the first 5 games. Also with 3 touchdowns, and we've seen him just make plays when they needed him year in and year out. Last year in the playoffs against Sarah, making plays. The kid's back, and he's doing it again.
Absolutely. Craythorne boots through the extra point, and Wildcats are on the board and only down 14 points. A nice defensive stop here, and the ball back gives you a chance to really expand the momentum and really make this a game. You don't want to let Milpitas come back down and get the momentum back and get more points on the board. The more points on the board going into halftime, the harder it is.
Yeah, and like you said, so we've got the Los Gatos has the momentum back.
Good point.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And they're going to want to keep it. And the defense is going to need to show that they can stop these guys. Milpitas has a lot of very talented, explosive players on offense and on defense, but on offense, Los Gatos is going to need to figure out a way to contain them. As we know, as is often the case in high school football, teams want to run the ball more than they want to pass the ball. And Milpitas is on the year is running the ball 65% of the time, and they're running the ball 35% of the time. Or yes, 35. Sorry, I had to check my math.
Your math was perfect. I had a pencil out, and I was doing it as you spoke, so it came out just right.
Yeah, so Los Gatos is going to need to figure out a way to stop that run.
An onside kick.
Wow.
Wasn't expecting that, but it wasn't the best onside kick.
It was a great idea. I like the aggressiveness, but it was also a great play by Milpitas for staying in their positions and not just going through the motions and just running downfield, assuming it's going to be a deep kick. So,
absolutely. I think that, and especially coming off of that drop punt, Milpitas did a great job of keeping their eye on the ball and knowing, okay, this is important. We need to hold on to this ball. And a nice job for the receiver there who picked up the onside kick.
So Los Gatos squanders the field position battle a little bit right there. Milpitas starting at their own 49. Shotgun handoff to number 7, who's got plenty of room, and he's all the way down. Wow, all the way down to inside the 25 to about the 23 or 24 yard line of Los Gatos. And Milpitas right there almost in the red zone again.
Penalty flag down, and maybe that run looked a little too easy just on the hold that was just called on Milpitas. It was still an excellent run, and definitely you can notice Milpitas getting to the outside and turning upfield, and I think that's something that really helps a run game, is not only getting to the outside, but turning it up towards the field, not towards the sidelines.
Yeah, a team like Milpitas, they're going to want to create as many one-on-one matchups as they can with their skill position players, who are very, very quick and talented and speedy, and they're going to want to try to get them out on the perimeter against Los Gatos' secondary and just see if they can make the tackle. And right now, Milpitas is winning in that regard. We've got a timeout on the field of play, 9:26 left in the second quarter. Milpitas holding on to a 21-7 lead. And it's going to be a strange 1st down and 4 based on where the penalty occurred. Going deep. Looking for his receiver. Almost picked off.
Almost picked off and almost caught. Harrison Hibbert was on the coverage. That was number 7, Dejon Crummy. Dewan Crummy. And I think that it was definitely a ball up for grabs. And when the ball was coming down, Deshaun actually jumped up for it more so than the Los Gatos defender. But the Los Gatos defender, Hayden Hibbert, actually had a better beat on the ball.
Yeah, that's a lesson in catching the ball with your hands at the highest point. Number 28, Cross Chavez. Nice run. He's wrapped up just past the first down marker, so that should be a new set of downs for Milpitas here, right at the 40-yard line.
Jake Holton had a grab of his jersey. One thing we can notice is the tackling from Los Gatos tonight, very poor. Very, very undisciplined when it comes to wrapping up and maintaining the tackle, not just making the first hit.
Yeah, and a lot of that can be attributed to the athleticism of the skill position players over on the Milpitas side, but that just means you got to even focus more on the fundamentals if you're Los Gatos. You got to wrap up with 2 hands and make sure you drag them all the way to the ground.
Absolutely. 2 back set here for Milpitas, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right-hand side. And it's a quick pass out to number 23 for Milpitas, and he gets an easy 10, maybe even 11 yards. Nicely executed screen, wide receiver screen.
So that's the tight end, Devon Jones, who's a junior, who also looks like he's got some wheels to him.
Absolutely. 6 foot, 200 pounds.
Big kid. Just big, strong kid with some athletic ability who's an underclassman. So
absolutely. He's probably got another year ahead of him in starting and maybe a few college looks with that stature as well as the speed.
Yep.
One thing you'll notice about high school players is they definitely have the ability to play multiple positions and do multiple things, as we have a wide receiver run around the corner, and that's right up the middle, and he's gone home.
And that is number 20, Tariq Bracey, again.
They set him up as a six-back like Los Gatos would, and really just ran a jet screen around the right-hand side, and we were talking earlier, turning the ball upfield. Yeah. and not going towards the sidelines. He could have easily gone out after a 10-yard gain, but he turned it upfield and made an excellent run to the end zone.
Yeah, Bracey becoming a humongous problem for the Los Gatos defense right now, and you saw that one. That's how you want to run the ball. You want to when you want to take it and you want to look for the hole, and then you want to make a hard single cut and get through, and then once you get to a one-on-one situation with the secondary, then that's when you put your athleticism to work, and that's exactly what Bracey did there.
And I don't know what happened. They're going to call the touchdown back. I'm guessing it was a hold. Did you see anything from our referees?
I haven't even seen a flag. Did they not even throw a flag on that one? Are they just?
The referee is going to call a hold now, about 20 seconds late.
Well, that's a very good thing if you're a Los Gatos fan. I didn't see the hold. I didn't see the flag thrown. There's some issues right now with the officiating.
I will say that run was more on Bracey than anything. He definitely made his own hole. I think I feel bad for Bracey on that one because I don't think a hold, even not holding on that play, would have stopped him from scoring.
Yeah, let's just put it this way. It's going to be on his highlight tape regardless.
Absolutely.
And here he goes again.
And a nice cut, and Hayden Hibbert is turned upside down and around.
No, that's number 28, Cross Chavez. They've got the thunder and lightning going on a little bit here. Although there's quite a bit of lightning in Chavez's legs too. So, wow, a lot of impressive players on this Milpitas team, and
known for their athletes. Always known for their athletes that they have on their squads, and this has gone back years and years. Milpitas always having great talent. 7:57 left right now in the second quarter, and that's going to put, barring a missed field goal, 28-7 Milpitas lead.
Los Gatos really no answers right now as Milpitas just keeps spreading them out and taking advantage.
Field goal, or PAT, is up and good, and that is 28-7. Milpitas with 7:57 left here at Helm Field in Los Gatos. Definitely sore sidelines on this side of the field. On the far side of the field, all happy faces right now with a lead this big. Milpitas scored over 40 points in their last 3 games, all wins. Also had a game where they scored 71 all the way up in Newark this season.
Yeah.
So
they're explosive offense here, and they're getting it done.
When halftime starts up, if you're going to be around at halftime, don't miss the halftime show featuring the Los Gatos High School Marching Band, the Los Gatos High School Dance Team, and the Los Gatos High School Cheerleading Team. They're always a fun spectacle to watch. The Los Gatos Band always doing a great job, so don't miss that at halftime. Stick around. I know I'm not going to miss it.
Yeah, I think I'll probably be here for that.
Takes it at his own 3. Up the middle, makes a few holes, but quickly tackled. That was by number 33 of Milpitas.
Tackle made by Christian Garcia there, another sophomore. A lot of underclassmen on this Milpitas team. They'll probably be relevant for quite a while here. Future is bright.
Absolutely, and that's something I think the coaching staff at Milpitas has got to be happy about us too. When you have underclassmen performing at that type of level, you know that you can build on that success to years forward. A lot of teams they count on their seniors to do the job, and then you got to start all back over the next season.
1st and 10 for Los Gatos here. Handoff going nowhere. Actually, for about a 2-yard loss. She's going to bring up a 2nd and 12.
It was a quick trap play. Miles Beach went in motion, guard pulled, and it just didn't go anywhere. Milpitas is really doing a great job at pushing forward on the defensive line and causing those holes to dissipate, something that you're always taught as a defensive lineman, hard to do.
Yeah, they're really just dominating in the trenches right now, both sides of the ball. Los Gatos is going to have to figure out a way to handle these much larger, probably stronger players that they're going up against.
A lot of play action passing tonight from Los Gatos. That's also giving Milpitas a lot of time to rush the passer rather than a straight drop back. Another play action rollout. Big tries to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to run, and he's going to be lit up right at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, no gain there. Biggie getting really, people are running at him from all different directions right now, and he's having a little bit of trouble. Gets up a little bit lightly there. May have taken a hit to his lower extremities.
Talking over there with head coach Crail and also quarterbacks coach Danny Sullivan, who spent a lot of time being a quarterback here as well as at Arizona State. He knows a little thing or two about getting hit pretty hard and also throwing the ball well. So hopefully he's giving Big a little bit of a confidence boost. Milpitas doesn't need much of a confidence boost right now. They're riding high, 3rd and 12.
Biggie's going down again. And wow, the Milpitas defensive line is really exerting their willpower right now on Los Gatos, and Los Gatos doesn't have any answers for it. I think they're going to be forced to punt.
I think it's tough on 3rd and 12. I think that's got to be a straight drop back if you're going to throw. I think the play action, there was no reason for Milpitas to be playing a play action pass or even worrying about the run. With their defensive front, they could just back off their corners and their safeties and play for the pass, and that's exactly what they did. Big didn't have any time. That play action pass just basically created more time to get sacked.
Yep, they're just pinning their ears back right now. Here comes the Los Gatos punt from deep within their territory.
That is a perfect spiraling punt. Fumbled again by Bracey, and he's hit hard, but he does hang on to the ball. That ball was a perfect spiral and at least a good 40 yards through the air, it looks like. At least 40.
Shaky ball handling back there by Bracey, but you can see why they put him back there based on his skills, but it's a little bit
punt returning stuff, and I think, didn't you do a little bit of punt returning back when you played? And I know I returned one punt, but it's not an easy thing to do, is to catch a ball, especially flying through the dark.
No, definitely one of the toughest things on the football field to do. It's really just an activity that you have to just practice relentlessly over and over and over until you're catching 100 out of 100 balls at practice. And there's nothing less that you can do. That's the only way that you can get to a level where you're confident that that's not going to happen.
Absolutely. This is a drop back to pass, a little screen, and almost picked off.
And a flag coming in.
That was a flag thrown in from the side judge away from the play. I don't know if they're going to call a hold. An eligible man downfield. I didn't see a lineman over the line of scrimmage, but apparently the side judge did. And
I think it was actually, it may have been intended to be a screen pass. And I'm looking at the replay here, and the ball didn't end up getting passed to the running back who was behind the line, who would make that okay. But they ended up throwing it to someone else who then in turn made it illegal for the lineman to be downfield. But again, no communication from officials. Sorry.
No, I think the white hat definitely didn't even know that there would have been a flag thrown.
We need to hook this guy up with a microphone.
Two wide receivers, a quick run around the outside, and he's just going to run out of bounds this time.
Yeah, there's number 7 again, DeJuan Crummy, the third running back coming off the bench, also very skillful.
Looks like he had some wheels. I think right now, if you're Milpitas, you got to think 5 minutes left, up 28-7. Definitely a time that you don't need to force anything. You definitely want to put points on the board, but there's no reason to make any stupid mistakes here. Just get the ball, moving it forward, especially here on 3rd and 1. You want to get the first down, but don't give Los Gatos a chance to get back in the game on a mess up or a missed play.
So here we go, 3rd and short. Handoff to number 20, Tariq Bracey, who has the first down and more. Down to the 44-yard line of Los Gatos for a first down and a new set of downs for Milpitas.
5 minutes left in the second, and that kid's got some wheels. He really does, and he's got some moves. He's able to see. He's got great vision. He's able to see where the holes are, where he's going to be eventually, not just right the next step, but 3 steps from there.
And he doesn't dilly-dally is the other great thing that you got to love it if you're a coach, because he's not tiptoeing around in the backfield. He's making a hard cut and getting upfield.
Absolutely. 2 wide receivers left. Another give to Bracey, who it's basically a redirection play and doesn't go anywhere. I think that's the first play Los Gatos has kind of figured out ahead of time. Yep,
Los Gatos finally sorted that one out. They cut up with Bracey in the backfield there, setting up a 2nd and 11. And this is where Los Gatos really needs to put their foot down. They really need to establish their run defense and make sure that they're not just giving up chunks of yardage all the time. And they need to make Milpitas do something that they're not quite as comfortable with, that being passing.
Absolutely. Los Gatos has been throwing the ball a lot this season, but obviously when it's in a desperation mode, it's a lot tougher to make passes work than when you're doing it at will.
We got a whistle down on the field.
Ironically, we still don't know what it's for.
Who knows? There was no penalty. We're just going to carry on.
I tell you what, we're not skipping a beat up here, which is good news. So that's always a positive.
Hey, we just got to roll with it, huh?
Quick fade. I think that was probably a miscommunication because the quarterback for Milpitas, Oliver Svirsky, he was looking more like that would be a slant route, and the receiver was running more of a streak down the right-hand side.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those, nonverbal communication situations where the receiver and the quarterback need to be on the same page, and it really all depends on how the quarterback or how the cornerback deals with the receiver. If the cornerback is playing up, or if he doesn't drop back into, then you're going to want to go over the top. But if he does drop back, you're going to want to stop. And
Oliver scrambles, and he's going to take it upfield. 2 missed tackles, 3 missed tackles, and he's going to get a first down from Milpitas, or at least very, very close. Definitely a point at which you'd go for it at this level. I think he's probably got it, though.
Yeah, he's got the first down. They're going to move the chains. So again, just another athlete that Los Gatos is going to need to figure out how to stop. Oliver Svirsky showing off that he's really a dual threat out there.
Absolutely. Always a great thing to have at the high school level is a mobile quarterback. 4 wide receivers, but who do they give it to?
Hand off to Bracey. Running through tackles.
Human highlight reel. Just, you think he's down? Nope. Think he's down. Up, spin move. Up, there he goes.
Remember, this is a sophomore.
It's remarkable, and it's going to be exciting to see what he can do down the road, folks. If you remember this name, Tyreek Bracey, you're going to see him somewhere because he's got some moves, and as long as, like I said, as long as he keeps his knees intact
and figures out how to catch a punt.
Absolutely.
That's the only weakness we've seen so far.
I think Milpitas might should just take him off the punt team, and other than that, they got a superstar. And once
that's
again,
coming back though.
Do we know why?
Again, I did not see a flag on the field. Did you?
I'm going to guess 10-yard penalty. It's most likely a hold, and it will be. Normally, you would get the hold call first from the referee, then the change would be moved. I guess they're just trying to keep everybody on their toes.
They're keeping me on my toes.
I haven't left mine since I got here. Of course, I was running here on the way here. Roll out to the right. He's got 2 receivers and a stop. Wide open and a drop. That was an excellent route run. A comeback route is what they would call it in the pros and the college level.
Incredible throw by Svirsky on the run to the right. Right over a Los Gatos defender and right into the hands of his receiver, Devin Crummy, who just wasn't able to come up with it. So Los Gatos dodges a major bullet right there.
That's a great route to run in that situation. It's unfortunate he didn't catch the ball, but a great route to run. I'm sure you know this, Matt being a former wide receiver in high school and college. The comeback route looks a lot like a deep pass, a deep streak to say the least. But the best part about it is the backs the corner off of you, and a quick stop and comeback. It usually leaves, like we saw, a nice cushion in a wide open area to catch the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a timing route from the perspective of the quarterback and the receiver. The quarterback's going to be running out there, and right when he sees the receiver slowing down on that cut, he's going to throw the ball, and he's going to throw the ball to where he thinks the receiver is going to be. So the receiver needs to run a perfect route. And, the receiver actually did a really good job on that. But like you were saying, with that route, and not just that route, with all routes, you want to make it look like you're running a streak, full speed, every route. You want to make every route look exactly the same for the first 5 yards, 10 yards, whatever it may be, until you make that cut. So from that standpoint on that play, the receiver ran a great route, just failed to bring it in.
Absolutely. And barring a quarterback sneak here, 5 wide receivers, something we haven't seen very much of tonight. And he's thinking about running it, but he's staying behind the line of scrimmage so he can throw it.
And
wide
he finds
open.
A receiver.
And
falls out. That looks like a...
They're going to call a fumble or they're going to call an incomplete pass. I would venture to say that was an incomplete pass.
If this is NFL rules, he could have taken 7 more steps and it still would have been an incomplete pass. But who knows without the value of replay.
And about 20 seconds later, it was called incomplete, but there is a flag, as you said.
Did they give us the
incomplete?
Okay.
Somebody gave us the incomplete pass signal.
Okay, that's good.
Pretty sure we're going to get another hold here on Milpitas. If there's one thing that Milpitas isn't doing right besides catching punts, is the penalties, which has probably kept them from another score or 2 on the board.
It definitely has. So 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining here in this first half of football. Los Gatos trailing Milpitas 28-7. Tough half for the Cats so far. And, it could have been more, but as you mentioned, Milpitas is kind of shooting himself in the foot here.
And this looks to be second down, and I almost want to say 34. Second and 34 they're showing on the scoreboard.
I'm going to trust him because it's a long way.
My math's been off all day, so you're on the spot, though. I bet you could pretty much figure it out. Bracey, he doesn't care how far the yardage is. That's about a 15-yard gain, cuts the deficit in half. It's still going to be 3rd and long, though.
Just ripping off chunks of yardage. Tariq Bracey again. That one was an easy one, didn't he? Just found a humongous hole over on that right side of the line and then used his speed to pick up more than half of what they'd already given up.
Absolutely. 3rd and 20, back where they started on the last play before the penalty.
So that's going to bring up a slightly more manageable 3rd down and about 20 from the 44-yard line of Los Gatos.
2 minutes and 8 seconds left before halftime. There's 2 ways to go about it. You throw the ball and try to get the first down, or you keep the clock running, force Los Gatos to use one of their timeouts so that they can get a score on the board. Now running all over the place in the backfield and just throws it away.
So Svirsky running wild over there. For a second there, I thought they had somebody running downfield, but Los Gatos was able to cover him.
So that stops the clock. Good for Los Gatos. 1:52 left. This is going to be a punt. And they'll have a chance to return it. Los Gatos always using 2 punt returners rather than 1. Cuts the field down, makes it a little easier for one person to catch it, the other one to block, rather than using 1 to return it and to count on 1 person to make the catch.
Yep, and it helps to avoid having a ball roll down to about your own 1-yard line where you start. So Los Gatos knows this is an important 2-minute drive coming up here where they're going to need to hurry up and see if they can cut into this lead a little bit.
Almost blocked. Almost hits one of the Los Gatos players. Bounces around to the 24-yard line. And it's going to be a very, very long 76 yards for Los Gatos to go in 1 minute and 43 seconds. Not saying they can't do it, but Milpitas has just looked too strong at the defensive front to allow something like that to happen, at least right now.
Yep, so Los Gatos is going to have to be smart with their play calling here. They definitely want to be aggressive. They're going to want to get some more points on the board here before halftime. But, at the same time, they definitely don't want to make a mistake and throw a pick six or something here and basically end the evening for themselves. So
absolutely. 4 wide receivers, 1 back for Hunter Big. Ryan Galt in motion. They're going to go 2 wide to the left. And a blitz. They're looking at a screen, and screen never happened, and Big is really slow to get up right now.
Yeah, Big looks like he's got a knee or ankle that's really ailing him right now. That's definitely not a good sign for Los Gatos. Not too much experience behind Biggie right now at the quarterback position for Los Gatos.
Well, if you're having an event, consider KCAT TV 15 for all your video needs. We have a professional camera and editing crew and offer reasonable rates, or on location or in studio. Visit kcat.org for more information. We know we do a great job out here as a KCAT broadcaster, so it's got to be good at residence or in the studio as well, I'm sure. We have a great team behind us.
Yep, thanks to the team. You guys are doing an excellent job. So Los Gatos getting stuffed again there on that 2nd and long, hoping they could run a draw and pick up, a good portion of that they'd lost, and they ended up just losing about a yard more. So now that turns into a 3rd and 11 here. Just over a minute left. Clock winding down. 105, 104, 103.
Little strategy here for Milpitas as well, with 1 timeout left that they can force a stop right here. They won't even have to use a timeout, and they might get the ball back in good field position. Ryan Galt in motion. They're going to give it to him, and he's stopped.
Got nowhere to go.
And I would assume a timeout from Milpitas right now to stop the clock. Give him one more. And even then, there was a delay from the coach of Milpitas to the referee to get the timeout, but they did stop it at 39.5 seconds.
So Milpitas defense really just having their way with Los Gatos. They're, as they always say, the going cliche, you got to win the battle in the trenches.
Absolutely.
And right now, Milpitas is dominating in the trenches. Biggie has no time to throw. On the other, on the Milpitas offensive side, the quarterback is pretty much having his way with the Los Gatos defense, and the running backs are just finding holes that you could drive trucks through.
Absolutely. Semis, almost big cargo planes.
Yeah. So Los Gatos has got a lot to go back to the drawing board on after this rough first half.
So 4th and 10, and Los Gatos is going to punt. The one area of the field that Milpitas has not done well on is the punt returns, and Bracey is back there again. 2 fumbled snaps, 1 that went to Los Gatos, and a great punter in Los Gatos. He's kicked 2 great ones, and there is another one. He's not even going to try it. Now he's going to pick it up, grab it at his 36, make a couple moves, And he's going to go down about the 38-yard line with 26 seconds left.
Yeah, Bracey's got a real nasty dead step right there, where he's just making people miss left and right. Anyway, Los Gatos is going to try to ensure that they don't give up even more points here. Already down 28-7, 26.8 seconds left in the half. Ball on the 41-yard line of Milpitas going out. Shotgun formation, 4 wide. Handoff to Chavez, big hole again. Spinning his way down to the 42-yard line of Los Gatos, about a 18-yard gain there.
19 seconds left. They don't have any timeouts, but in high school football, the clock does stop. Remember to stay tuned after the commercial break. After halftime, we're going to be showing you the halftime show. Los Gatos Marching Band, the cheerleading squad, and the dance team will all be performing, so don't miss that. As the clock's winding down, Milpitas wondering if they're going to run a play.
Milpitas may be content with the current score of 28-7 as the time winds down to 0 here in the first half.
So halftime here at Helm Field, 28-7. Milpitas leads away here at Los Gatos' home. We're going to go take a quick commercial break and be right back with the halftime show. You've been watching Los Gatos football on KCAT. See you in a bit.
Hey, what you say?
Welcome back to Los Gatos football on KCAT. Jeff Collins alongside Matt Martini. And
So we're getting heckled. We're getting heckled by the crowd.
Luckily, we know the crowd, so
Yeah.
it's not too bad. It's
They
not
know us.
random fans. That's good news.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of surprised. My history teacher is telling me I have grammatical issues. So.
That's not good news.
Hey there, are you still talking?
We're live, actually. Absolutely. Well, so are you on KCAT, actually. 28-7, Milpitas leading at halftime. We're getting ready for the halftime show. Matt, anything special that you could see that Los Gatos could change right away? It's a pretty dominant first half for Milpitas right now.
Well, the number one thing that they're going to have to address is in a game where you're down 28-7, you're obviously going to have to score some points to get back in this thing. And right now, they simply cannot block the Milpitas defensive line. They cannot stop the pass rush, and they're in a position where they're down and they're going to have to throw the ball. So whether it's going to be, whether it's going to require leaving the backs in to block, bringing in an extra lineman.
And maybe cutting out the play action. Let's just go straight to passing, maybe even some shotgun formations. Right now,
Also, going to have to get them out of the, get the guy out of the, or get the quarterback outside the pocket and give him a chance to really get rid of that ball.
absolutely. So take a look at our Los Gatos High School dance team and enjoy the show. Well, as far as the Los Gatos fans are concerned, at least we got an excellent performance from the dance team. A nice job there, nice routine. It's always fun.
Yeah, great stuff by the dance team. May have been the main highlight of the evening so far.
And I don't know about you, Matt, but my dance moves don't really equate to something like that. I could never try out. I don't even think.
Well, at least you have them. Mine are non-existent.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes me feel a little bit better as we see the Los Gatos High School marching band in their awesome uniforms, red, white, and orange. They look professional. They look ready. It's probably about time to let them do their thing.
Yep, let's hear it.
Drum major Emily Delaney and Arjun Trojan, is your ensemble ready? Please take your field and your performance.
You're feeling good. You like Saturday mornings again, don't you? It's been a long time.
From this distant vantage point, the Earth might not seem of any particular interest. But for us, it's different. Consider again that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us.
truly inspiring.
I play guitar.
Guitar or Guitar Hero?
Well, actually, guitar. I was
the
never
real
really
thing?
good at Guitar Hero, but guitar, and I can't do what they just did. I usually just stand in one place, let alone move around. I don't know how they could do that.
Hey, it's a lot of practice.
So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's take off in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just glide starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear angels cheer, 'cause we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me. Let's fly away. Come fly with me. Back up, let's fly away. We're the 4 freshmen, and you're watching KCAT.
Football on KCAT.
Or not. And we're on.
And now we're on. All right, welcome back to Wildcat Football on KCAT. I'm Jeff Collins alongside Matt Martini. Getting ready to watch the Wildcat team come through the tunnel of cheerleaders and dance teams and through the iconic Los Gatos helmet banner. Always one of the funnest parts of the game, punching through the banner and then running through. It is a little tough, though, when you're down 28-7 to the Milpitas Trojans. Milpitas completely outplaying Los Gatos on both sides of the ball right now, especially as Matt has noticed in the trenches.
The trenches. That's where Los Gatos is going to have to turn this one around. They're going to have to give Hunter Biggie some time, and hope Hunter Biggie is healthy, because he looked like he was ailing a little bit as the first half wound down there. But yeah, it's time for Los Gatos to really make a move here in the third quarter and get back into this ball game. And to do that, they're gonna have to get the offense working. There's really no rhyme or reason. There's no other way to make this happen other than to get the offense in gear and to give your quarterback some time and to open up some holes if you're the offensive line for your running backs. You can't get it all back at once. Obviously, they're gonna need to score probably 4 or 5 times to win this ball game. So they're going to have to really look at what was what wasn't working in that first half and try to find a solution.
I think conversely for Milpitas right now, you got to feel really good, but you also have to think that you're only up 21 points, which maybe for a college team or especially in the NFL might be enough to take it home through halftime. But in a high school game, so much can happen that you really have to stick your pedal on the metal, at least in the third quarter, and maintain a lead like this. Because nothing, you can't take anything for granted in high school football. And 21 points in a quarter is nothing, especially to a team like Los Gatos, who has been putting some points on the board themselves their last few games and really coming back from an ugly 0-2 start to start the season.
Yep, exactly. And if you're Milpitas, you're going to want to remain aggressive, but you want to be smart about it. You don't want to take any chances with any really crazy double reverse lateral type plays where an immediate game-changing play could happen and get Los Gatos right back into this without them actually having to work for it very hard. So if you're Milpitas, you want to just stick with your bread and butter, which has been running the ball, and it will continue to be that way until Los Gatos figures out a way to stop them. And maybe run a little bit of play action here and there. But yeah, you just want to make sure that you are not being too predictable, while at the same time making sure to keep control of that ball and avoid turnovers.
Absolutely. I think that they have a good chance at everything right now. I think I would definitely keep the ball on the ground more so if I'm Milpitas, and in the air versus for Los Gatos, you got to get the ball in the air and you got to get Hunter Biggs some time to throw the ball. If you're watching at home, thanks for tuning in to KCAT, Wildcat Football on KCAT. But if you'd like to watch us on YouTube, the broadcast is brought to you live on YouTube right now, www.youtube.com/user/KCAT TV broadcast. That's basically all one word. It's capital K, capital C, capital A, 2 T's, a V, and broadcast.
Not that matters for the people who are typing that into their web browser.
Absolutely.
But
it probably will just pop right up.
Doesn't matter. You can have it on caps lock or not. It will work.
Computers are a funny thing that for some reason they just seem to read your minds nowadays.
Yeah, who knows? And once you go there once, you type in www.y, and I'm sure it'll bring up the rest. So
and they probably know you're actually watching. They want to watch Wildcat football, so just type in something, and it'll probably pop up what you want to watch.
Yep, and you can go ahead and subscribe to the KCAT YouTube channel if you're in there. You'll be able to find past games and future games at the same link.
We're about ready to start the second half here. As we already said, a 21-point deficit for Los Gatos. Anything that you could think of that Coach Creel might have said in the locker room at halftime for the Wildcats?
Well, apart from the whole rah-rah, let's get this together and play true Los Gatos football, I think that Coach Creel is, from a technical aspect, he's looking at the schemes that he's running in the run game for the line, the blocking schemes, more importantly for the pass blocking schemes. He's really going to have to look at, how are we going to chip these defensive ends? How are we going to get them, out of their, right now they're just pinning their ears back. They're fully just going after Big E. They're not concerned about the run, and they're coming upfield hard. And Los Gatos is going to have to figure out a way to use that to their advantage and step up in the pocket, give Big E some time. They're going to have to get some interior pass blocking to allow him to step up in that pocket. And if they can't do that, then it's going to be a long half again.
Absolutely. Los Gatos kicking off here to start the third quarter, which is another setback for them as they're going to be on defense first, but it's a nice kick all the way down to the 4. And it's going to be run out up to the 15, a slip and a fall on this turf by number 28, Chavez, and Milpitas is going to take over just around the 19-yard line.
So here we go. Humongous drive humongous defensive opportunity for Los Gatos right here, coming right out of the gate in the second half. They don't really have much room to work with here. They're down 21. They need to get the ball back, and they need to, if they can, try to avoid having Milpitas hold on to this ball for a long time.
Right out the gate, a screen pass to the wide receiver, and he's going to get upfield and all the way to the the Milpitas 38-yard line. That's a gain of 19 and a first down. That was to Bracey, who was actually split out as a wide receiver this time, primarily a running back in the first half.
Yep, making the quarterback's job easy, just getting this guy the ball by any means possible, whether it be short passes, running the ball, and he's just making plays, and Los Gatos does not have an answer right now.
Another shotgun set. This time the give is to Chavez, and he's going to make a couple moves, another spin move, and I think somebody grabbed onto his shoelace to keep him after about a 2-yard gain.
Yep, nice play right there by the Los Gatos defense. You can just see what they're up against out there. You can see number 77, number 65, number 67. These are big kids, big, strong kids, and Los Gatos is struggling to get any penetration.
You're going to have trouble pushing Christian Hadgana, 6'7", 380. That's number 77 for Milpitas. You don't hear numbers like that even in the pros. Chavez spun around. He's still not down, but he's eventually going to go down for about a 2-yard loss.
And that's the other thing of the Los Gatos. We've seen a lot of missed tackles today. Not the best tackling we've seen from this team. They need to rally to the ball. Everyone on the defense needs to rally to the ball to avoid these broken tackles. If somebody else slows somebody down, somebody else needs to clean that up right away.
Absolutely. Gang tackling.
You know, like the yards after contact right now, I mean, we don't have the stat in front of us. We don't have advanced metrics here, believe it or not.
We don't have very many metrics at all. But
but they are getting absolutely murdered in the yards after catch category or yards after contact category.
Drop back to pass, just a straight drop back, and he's going to look to run, but he's got a receiver open down the left-hand side. Nice catch, but not in bounds, unfortunately. Nice play there by number 2, Devin Crummy, except for the fact that he does have to know where that sideline is.
I think he would have needed to be be Stretch Armstrong to make that one, but it was a nice catch.
Go Gadget Arms.
Or Evil Bendy, depending on what circle you're in.
So that's going to be 4th and 8 for Milpitas, and I think the best situation for Los Gatos is a 3-and-out, which is what they wanted, or well, not a 3-and-out, but a short series for Milpitas. Not too much time off the clock, and they're going to get a chance to run back a punt. A fumbled snap. He's still going to kick it, and nice recovery there for Los Gatos. He catches the ball on a bounce. One spin by Ryan Galt, and he's up to the 35-yard line. That was a weird set of plays right there.
Very strange. Fumbled the ball around quite a while until he managed to get the ball off. And honestly, Los Gatos is going to be kicking themselves for not getting more of a rush on this punt, as they had forever to get back there and try to make a play on this ball. But unfortunately, the guy who had the clear shot at it ended up stumbling. And either way, Los Gatos gets the ball back. That was the goal, starting at their own 36-yard line. Some urgency here to get some points on the board.
This is going to be interesting to see what the coaches talked about at halftime and what they decided to do. They're starting in a 3-back set, which we call a wishbone to a sense. And it's a straight give to Galt, to number 2, Jordan Howell, and he's stopped in the backfield. That wasn't much of anything. He's their leading rusher on the team, but not on that play.
Yep, another great penetration by the Milpitas defensive line. Coming from the weak side. A lot of times, in a lot of games, offensive line will kind of assume that weak side is going to maintain where they are and just stick on that outside area. But on that one, the defensive end cut down hard, and he was able to catch up with the running back in the backfield.
So now we have a 3-wide receiver, 1 running back set. We also have Mile Beach, the tight end closest to us for Los Gatos. Looks like just a straight coverage for Milpitas. Big finally finds some time, but he's chased out of the pocket, and he's a little bit limping there as he gets thrown down after about a 2-yard gain. It does look like he's limping.
Yeah, he's definitely got a little bit of a limp going there. Los Gatos is really going to have to figure out a way to get the ball into their playmakers' hands. They really need to figure out a way to get the ball to Miles Beach. He's been their best playmaker this year so far in the passing game. He's a big body. He makes plays in traffic. He's not afraid to get hit. He can dish out a blow himself when he has the ball in his hands. They need to figure out a way to control this Milpitas line and give themselves a chance here.
3rd and 10, another 3rd and long situation for Los Gatos. One back, 2 wide receivers closest to us, along with Beach closest to us. A drop back to pass, a throw. That was a quick out route. It looked like it was caught. It's going to be close to the first down.
Fantastic catch by Rosenbaum. Very favorable spot. May have actually given him the first down here. Very, very close.
I to be honest, can't agree with that spot. That was he got an extra 1.5 yards, but either way, it's good news for Los Gatos. If I was Milpitas right now, I'd be chomping at the bit.
And it happened right next to the Milpitas sideline. That is an interesting call. I mean, it was seeing the replay now is a little closer than we thought, but it is definitely a half yard short of that stick, and they gave him the first down. So Los Gatos will take it.
Absolutely. Another trips left set for Los Gatos. One back. Straight drop back. Looks like there's a screen. Now he's got a rocket screen that was seen completely by Milpitas. That fooled absolutely no one.
So the issue there was, number 22 of Milpitas, Ty Nguyen, totally sniffed that one out. But at the same time, the lineman for Los Gatos, that is the whole thing with the rocket screen is the linemen have to get out there quick and get in the way of those first level defenders right there that are right near the wide receiver. And then after that, the receiver can make some plays. But he cannot do anything if he gets hit right when the ball arrives. And that's what happened there to Galt.
So just a regular pro set for Los Gatos and a quick out pass to Rosenbaum, who makes him play, gets upfield, and this is going to depend on the spot right here. He's pretty darn close. Looks like they're going to put him
very close to the first down, right there at the marker. Looks like he's got it. Looks like he's got it. They're going to give it to him.
Milpitas isn't going to fight it. Yep. That was a nice quick throw, and I think maybe Los Gatos kind of realizing that maybe the quick passes is something they need to go to spread out. You can't use the run anymore to spread out this passing game. You're going to have to use the quick passes and the short screens to get some more longer passes going.
Absolutely. Give this defense something to think about.
There's a nice run right up the right side, still going on basically one leg for half of that run was Drew Dowdy, and wow, or Colt Dowdy, and what a run that was.
Yeah, Colt Dowdy, you don't see him on offense all that much, but there he was, running the ball hard, getting very close to another first down, setting up a really favorable 2nd and short for Los Gatos. So now you're starting to see Los Gatos really bring out a more balanced approach here, and it's starting to work in their favor.
And now a straight drop back and a draw play. Ooh. And number 21, Jake Parinello, big part of this offense, just felt a big part of the Milpitas defense come right at him.
Yeah, Parinello, senior, big contributor in the run game and the pass game here for Los Gatos. Really got met at the line hard on that one.
Los Gatos, another 3 wide receiver set, and yet they get a jump on the defensive side, and it's a quick quarterback sneak up the gut. There was no flag thrown. Pretty sure that the defender jumped off sides for Milpitas, but as we've seen most of tonight, the referees are just about 15 seconds behind everything today.
Well, Los Gatos managed to pick up more than 5 on that quarterback sneak there, so it would have been declined anyway. So maybe the refs are just looking at it from a overall perspective. Why waste all of that energy to pull out that flag and throw it when it's going to get declined anyway?
It is pretty heavy, I won't lie. Hibbert in motion. The give is to Hibbert, and he's going to throw it, and he's got a man.
Oh!
And it's caught down at the 2-yard line by Jordan Howell.
Was that Galt or Howell?
Or was that Galt or Howell?
That was Galt.
That was Galt. A nice catch by Ryan Galt. I don't know if I've seen a Los Gatos High School halfback pass in the last 5-6 years. I mean, that was incredible.
Who threw that? That was a jet sweep.
That was Hayden Hibbert who threw the ball, and they're going to go right back at it. And there's a quick touchdown by Hayden Hibbert, and he is pumped up. The Wildcat fans are pumped up for the first time tonight. And finally, the Wildcats have something cooking cutting it down to a 15-point deficit, 14 if they make the PAT. 5:15 left in the third. Matt, what a change in momentum with something that was moving so slow this first half, or this second half. It started out so slow.
Yep, and that's really, that's all it takes sometimes. Sometimes you just get the defense on their heels a little bit. You throw some new things at them, and in this case, the quick passing game is what really got it going. The quick passing game, first of all, gave Biggie some added confidence as the PAT goes in to make it a 14-point game. Added confidence for the quarterback generally works well for the offense. And not just that, it's giving, it's making the defense guard more than what they were doing in the first half. And in the first half, they were really just pinning the ears back and sacking Biggie multiple times, hitting him hard, really flustering him. And in this half, Coach Crail comes out, Coach Crail and Coach Sullivan, I should say. They came out, they made it easy on him, some quick outs, some quick curls, and very easily completable passes. And that also stimulated the run game and got that going too. So that's what you got to do if you're Los Gatos. Beginning of this first half couldn't really go much better.
Absolutely, I think that
second half, I should say.
Second half, yeah. Well, we've had our halves all mixed up this whole time, the quarters and the halves and everything. But I think biggest thing that you said was the confidence for Big and the coaches behind him. And if you saw, it's hard to see on our TVs here, but down in the field, the coaches are just as excited right now as the players. They're pumping up the players. The players are pumped up. We just made this a game. The PAT was good. It's 28-14. Another defensive stop here, and you're right back in this. And that's what Los Gatos, I'm sure, was trying to do from the get-go, was get back into this game.
Yep.
A low line drive kick that's dropped at the 21-yard line, but picked back up. A couple quick moves, and a gang tackle there, dropped at the 23-yard line. Almost another big hiccup on a special teams play for Milpitas.
Yep, and now Milpitas' job right now is what the offense's job is here is to get that momentum back, to get back into playing their game, running the ball, controlling the clock, using their athleticism to their advantage, and that's a major advantage for them from a personnel standpoint. So they're going to keep trying to get their really talented running backs the ball in space and keep letting their quarterback work off play action and try to make big plays.
Absolutely. A weird set here from Milpitas as they do hand the ball off. Chavez pushed outside.
That's better. That's better gang tackling right there by Los Gatos. You saw that, despite the broken tackle, the original broken tackle, there were 3 or 4 other black jerseys surrounding the running back, and he had nowhere to go.
Absolutely. Also, good job from the corners there, pinching down and forcing the running back inside. That's as a defensive back, you have to know that you have a job on the run defense as well, not just covering the pass plays and the receivers. You have to force those running backs back towards the big tacklers and back towards the middle of the field. Another run to Chavez, this time around the left-hand side. Ooh, and he runs right over a Los Gatos defensive back and forward for a first down. That never feels good.
Yeah, Chavez showing off the power right there. Just lowered his shoulder and used the truck stick on that one for all you Madden players.
Do they still have the truck stick? I know I'm not very good at it. I still have the new one, but
I mean that would have been like Xbox 360. I don't know. We're not nerdy enough to understand.
Right.
I am.
I still play with Kaepernick. It doesn't matter. There's another give to Chavez. Stiff arms a man and then breaks 2 other tackles. It's like you saying before, Matt, the yards after contact. That I would love to see the numbers on that because it's got to be remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is. I really wish we had those numbers in front of us, but especially with Crush, Chavez, and Tariq Bracey alone, I've seen them get hit in the backfield on multiple occasions and they just don't go down. They run hard, and Los Gatos has to understand that, and that's why they need to really rally to the ball. Everyone, not just one person. When you see somebody getting hit, everyone else needs to follow suit.
Kind of a slow developing play there for Chavez. He kind of just waited around in the backfield for a hole and then found one, and he made it up 5 yards. So a nice play there by Chavez. I don't know if that play was designed to be a kind of a slow draw, but he turned it into one. Definitely a good thing to be a fast runner, but also a patient runner.
Yeah, Chavez is looking good back there. He's definitely patient. He's waiting for the holes to open, and then when he does find the hole, he's he's destroying people once he gets through there, and he's really hard to get down. He's low center of gravity, really tough.
Now Bracey has the carry, and he just goes straight forward. He's going to get about 3 yards. That was just no fear on that run.
Yep, and that's going to set up a humongous third down for Los Gatos here. Down 28-14, clock ticking, 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this third quarter. 14-point ball game. Los Gatos doesn't really have much else to do other than stop them here if they want to win this game.
If I'm Milpitas here, I mean, you got to think that you're in 4-down zone in high school. You wouldn't really want to punt the ball away here this far forward in the Los Gatos zone. It's a quick play and a nice
Huge
drop
play
by
Dowdy.
Colt Dowdy in the backfield, and that's going to force a punt. I think where they were on that point, well, maybe not. Where they were on that point was definitely could have been fourth down and go zone, but a nice play by Dowdy. That's what Milpitas has been doing to Los Gatos the whole game.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need to look to your best players to make plays, and that's exactly what happened with Colt Dowdy right there. He's their stud middle linebacker. He's leading the team in tackles coming in, and he just made a huge play.
Los Gatos had a little trouble getting their men off the field. There was no flags thrown, and that ball was kicked out of bounds, and the spot is going to be they're going to get.
I don't know if they know.
I think they're going to flip a coin here and figure it out. He stopped at the 18-yard line. A very tough call for an official just in general, though, is a ball that goes out of bounds because the actual placement of the ball is where it crossed the out-of-bounds line. Well, sometimes the ball's 15, 20 feet in the air when it crosses, so it's very hard to determine exactly where it went out.
Just seeing the replay here, it actually looks like they are right on the money with that one.
Good to see as Wildcats start out at their own 18-yard line. 3 wide receivers in a bunch, and it's just a quick pitch out to the left. And a nice move, nice blocking there. I mean, it wasn't everything they wanted, but Howell got upfield and got a nice 4-yard gain on first down, which is what the Wildcats need to do. They need to convert on all the downs, not just on certain downs. They need to be moving the ball upfield every single play. Yeah,
if you're Los Gatos, you just want to be going forward. You want to make sure that you're leaving yourself with very manageable down and distances, and 2nd and 6 is definitely a perfect. I mean, it's a totally okay spot to be in.
Absolutely. Another run, and this time upfield. Jordan Howell, he's got a room, and he's down the left-hand side. There was almost a hold there, and he's making breaking tackles left and right and all the way up to the 32-yard line of Milpitas. I think there was a missed hold there on the receiver for Los Gatos, but that doesn't matter. He's all the way up. That was about a 40 to 50-yard gain is now being said on the loudspeaker. A 50-yard gain for Howell, and we were talking about momentum earlier. Wow, what a job for Los Gatos right now.
Yep, that's what they needed right there. Jordan Howell, their leading rusher on the season, really making a nice cut, potentially getting some help from a receiver blocking / getting a little bit of a handful of jersey there on the Milpitas corner, but gets Los Gatos way down deep into Milpitas territory.
Drops back to pass, a quick out pass to Ryan Galt, who keeps his hands on it, and he dives forward. He might have even gotten the first down on 1st and 10. That was pretty darn close.
Yep, and again, we're seeing that quick passing game working well, and keeping things simple and sticking with it, and it's opening up holes on it's opening up holes for the running game too by opening up the pass game a little bit here. 20
seconds left in the quarter. 28-14 Los Gatos.
28-14 Milpitas.
28-14 Milpitas. Los Gatos is probably going to try and get off one play here. They're going to have to do it quick. 4 seconds left. He's under center. He snaps it. He's got plenty of time. Drops back. Oh, and that time he is lit up by 3 Milpitas defenders on 2nd and 8. That's going to take us into the 4th quarter. And a little kick in momentum, but they still are going to have 3rd down in the Milpitas zone. And this is a big 4th quarter coming up for Los Gatos.
Yep, and that was just a case of Los Gatos, really maybe getting a little greedy there. That's what they were running in the first half to no avail multiple times, that play action pass. And they'd been sticking more with the quick passing and run game, and it was working well. And obviously you don't want to get too predictable. You want to go for it when you can. And Coach Crail maybe thought that they could sneak that one by, but it ended up being the exact same result.
Absolutely. I think one thing that we've seen is Los Gatos going away from the play action pass. Milpitas not really falling for that. They're rushing 4 defenders on every play. It really isn't going to matter to them if we're running the ball or passing the ball, so the play action isn't really fooling anybody. But Los Gatos has had some luck with the quick passes and the quick screens, and also the run game on this drive.
Yep. Quick public service announcement. I don't know if that's actually the right way to use the term public service.
I think that we're new to this. I think that could work.
Okay.
I mean, public service.
Sure,
Yeah.
why not? But anyway, are you a Los Gatos or Monte Serena resident? Perhaps
I
you have
am.
an idea for the next great TV series. I certainly do.
I have a few ideas. I don't know if they'll go for them.
Well, in that case, we want to hear about it. Let's make your dreams come true and get those ideas on television. Call us at 408-395-KCAT or 5228. And yeah, do that. We would like to hear your ideas.
That was nicely done. I never know how to use the phone numbers and write the letters in, too. I always think you should say the numbers after as well. Nice job there, Matt.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do it either. Here we go, football.
Quick out pass there by Big, and forward progress is going to get him, just a few yards. It's still going to be 4th down. I think go territory. We do have a good kicker, but Los Gatos does have a good kicker, but this is a pretty lengthy field goal.
Yeah, down 14 points, 4th quarter. I think the plan there was to really just to split the down and distance in half there. It was about 4th and 11, or it was about 3rd and 11. They just created a very manageable 4th down, 4th and 5. And that opens up the playbook. They can run a quick pass. They can run an outside run like they've had a lot of success with these counter plays. So don't be surprised if you see number 21 Parinello on a run play over here to the right.
Oh,
that's exactly what they needed.
That was a nice job by Hunter Big on the snap count. He got exactly what he wanted out of that, which was a jump from the defensive line of the Trojans, who have been on the ball the whole game. They haven't done any hard counts really with that Trojan line, so definitely the right move there.
And you can see the aggression from the Milpitas line throughout the entire game. They've had numerous sacks, numerous hurries and hits on Hunter Big. And it finally got the best of them right there, and it's going to end up with a Los Gatos 1st down inside the 25-yard line.
I think the nice part about that is you get 4 fresh downs here in a great position. The pressure kind of just drops off. Big.
They got to stop running that play. They have no answer for number 11, Chandre Smith, who I mentioned earlier was the team sack leader. Well, I think he came in with about 4. I think he's at least doubled that today.
I'm pretty sure that he's doubled that, and if there's any scouts watching this game, they're watching this kid because he's blowing up the person in front of him on every single play. As we're watching the replay here in the booth, and he's off the line quicker. He ducks right underneath the Los Gatos blocker, and he had no chance.
And let's provide a little detail on the athlete that is Chandre Smith right now. He's a 6'3", 190-pound defensive end who also plays wide receiver. So obviously we're dealing with a speed guy.
Another quick out. Ryan, and that ball just flies right out of the hands. It was a nice idea, but that's a long throw to make.
Yep, need to bring that one in. That one had some heat behind it for sure. Hunter Biggie, a baseball player from my understanding. Threw a fastball out there, but if you ask the receiver, he's going to say he should catch that 10 times out of 10.
It's 3rd-16 for the Cats.
Hunter Big is lined up here at 3rd and 16, which about 32 seconds ago we weren't thinking about. He's got an I formation. There's the play action fake. He looks deep, and there's an out and up. Oh, and what a excellent route. He had his defender fooled. They had thrown multiple out patterns that entire drive, and finally an out and up, and unfortunately Big was not able to hit him.
Yeah, that one hurts. He had his receiver open. He unfortunately didn't have tons of time. He had his He had his wide receiver, number 5, Grant Rosenbaum, on that out and up. Wide open after the cut. He was, he had time. He actually did have time looking at the replay. He's going to want that one back.
That was, if you were talking from a receiver standpoint, an excellent route.
Excellent route, yeah.
There was nobody around him. Mm-hmm. They're going to go for it here on 4th down 14 points with 9:44 left in the 4th. They got a man in motion, fakes the give, rolls out, and a quick screen throwback, and another halfback pass, but this one is picked off. Miles Beach tried to throw one downfield, and this is already back up to the Milpitas 45-yard line before a tackle's made. Don't know if that's how they drew it up, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, it looked like everything. The timing was just not great on that play. Seeing it develop there. He actually did have a receiver open. He just didn't have enough time. Miles Beach would have needed to throw that ball probably a second or two earlier, and he just got the ball in his hands. The timing just wasn't there. The receiver probably needed to delay a little bit more to allow for the play to really come to fruition there. But
well, it almost looked like he could have ran the ball himself. It was such a great design as far as the beginning of that play. He had a lot of open field, and Miles Beach is a big guy. He's hard to take down. He could have just tried to get it himself. Yeah, it would have been interesting. It was a 4th and 17, so you can't really fault them for trying to get aggressive. It just didn't work out. So Milpitas takes over with a 14-point lead and 9 minutes left. By no means is the game over for Los Gatos, but Milpitas definitely has a chance to make it a lot harder on them right now.
Yeah, this is pretty much do or die time for the Los Gatos defense right now. Going down by 21 points with less than 9 minutes remaining, 8:50 on the clock. That would be quite a hole. It'd be tough to dig out of.
Quick run play, and I believe that's Chavez outside the left-hand side, and almost broke one. Nice job by Hayden Hibbert to stay with the play, but had he not, Chavez would have been gone.
Yep, Los Gatos is in dangerous territory right now. At least two running backs on the Milpitas side running wildly, basically. And it's going to be a challenge to really slow them down, but that's what Los Gatos has to do. They have to take some chances, try to get this ball back, try to strip the ball, try to make sure that the run game is not effective for Milpitas.
Would you blitz more, Matt? I mean, is that something that's a possibility, or do you stick with the base defense?
I think you do have to blitz a little bit more. I think you need to run blitz more, as you see from Dowdy right here, who's again in the backfield making plays. You have to do that. You have to get them to give up the ball. Either you have to take some more risks, and the potential of giving up a big play is obviously there, but when you're in a position down 14, not much more than a half a quarter left to play, you have to get the ball back.
Absolutely. I think it's Milpitas right now too. I mean, you're not watching the clock too much, but you're definitely taking a little more time than you're used to, letting the clock tick down a little bit more. 7:36 left in the 4th. Los Gatos trailing 28-14 in the Milpitas Trojans. We're here live at Helm Field on YouTube, and we're also live on KCAT, the local Los Gatos station. Always your home for Los Gatos football. There's a throw out and a nice catch, but it's actually going to be ruled incomplete. Looks like he actually didn't have control of it going out of bounds.
Yep, so Los Gatos dodges another bullet there. Would have been about a 10-yard play, which would have made it a 3rd and short, and based on the Milpitas personnel, you don't want to be in 3rd and short against these guys. Now they've got a 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 12. Los Gatos is gonna want to make sure that they get to the quarterback Oliver Svirsky without giving him too much time to just sit back there and pat the ball and find an open receiver. That being said, they may, based on the success of the run, I wouldn't be surprised to see a run play.
Oliver rolls out to the right. He's looking, and he had a lot of room to run, but he's got a receiver who's wide open and makes the catch. And the referee is saying it's good at the 6-yard line. Oliver Svirsky had all the the room in the world to run that ball for the first down, but he did have that receiver wide open.
Yeah, that was Dazan Walker, the 6'3", 200-pound senior, making his name right there and making a nice play, giving Milpitas a first and goal situation.
It was a nice rollout, and he just knew that there was no defender back there. The Wildcats defenders kind of watching the quarterback instead of forcing him to make a play, and he had all the time in the world.
It was actually a great play by the receiver. It's the typical scramble rules. He cut off his route, and here we go.
There's a quick run and a dive, and he is in the end zone. There is
flag down.
The Achilles heel, you'd say, for the Trojans right now. No Troy movie, pun intended, but is the penalties, which have got to also add up to about the same amount of yards they have in yards after contact.
Yeah, they have quite a few penalties in that really key situations. It's really the only thing that's keeping this game close.
And that's going to actually bring the hold is actually going to bring the change back to the 16-yard line right now. So instead of a first and goal from the 6, it's going to be first and goal from the 16. A completely different play right now.
We got a very interesting wing formation here.
And that was almost kind of going to the option type offense as they bounce out Chavez to the right-hand side. Kind of reminiscent of Georgia Tech or other option offenses. Someone goes in motion. It's either a give or an option or a triple threat there.
Reminded me a little bit of Wilcox, which we saw 2 weeks ago, have success with the dive and the veer and the option. And it's a very basic offense where there's only about 4 or 5 things you have to stop. The problem is that if you make the tiniest mistake, it's a touchdown.
Absolutely, they go back to it here. And Los Gatos not fooled, but they also have trouble making a tackle. Chavez finds a hole. He makes it all the way up to the 2-yard line before he's tackled. Matt, the tackling is for Los Gatos is not really there.
Yeah, we keep going back to this. The tackling is definitely not there for Los Gatos. At the same time, how much credit do you have to give the runner? Because he is making incredible plays out here.
Absolutely, and he's got speed and he's got quickness, and it's there's two different things. I mean, you can be a fast runner and not have quickness. He is a quick runner, and he's making guys miss. And when you have that, there's no reason to throw the ball. Just keep giving him to him up the middle or around the outside, and it should be fine. Here's the Georgia Tech set, as we could say, as Chavez is in the road. This time a quick give to the fullback on third down, and it's going to be close. I don't think they're going to let him in, though.
So that's close, right near that goal line there, creating a humongous fourth down if they're gonna mark it short, which it looks like they are.
And at this point, with this drive has taken off almost 4 minutes now from the time clock. 5:15 left in the fourth. So a touchdown here would be devastating to Los Gatos. A stop here would still give you somewhat of a chance. 2 possessions in 5 minutes. That's definitely doable in high school football.
Yeah, I don't like to use the word dagger because anything could happen in high school football. But 21 points with now 4 minutes and change remaining. It's a tough one to come back from.
And the rough part is you got 3 backs in the backfield right now, and each one of them is good, including Chavez, who's in motion, but it's a quarterback sneak, and he is in. It looks like he was in.
No signal yet from the referees.
And there's no replay in high school football. This is going to be close. And once again, we have to wait a good 30 seconds before we get any signals from the referees, and they're saying that Los Gatos stopped him.
Wow.
And the Milpitas sideline is livid. We have it on replay here in the booth, and first effort is a stop, and it looks like they blew the play dead before.
It was about as close as you could get it. We don't have that. We don't have the luxury of a sideline camera right at the goal line, so we can't know for sure. But
the ball is placed on the inch line, if that's even a line. But
So here we go. Los Gatos has life. Just a little bit of it, but they're on there. They got about 99.8 yards to go. Down 2 touchdowns, 4.5 minutes remaining.
I don't think if you're a referee, you could have marked that any closer to the goal line without actually putting it on the plane.
And the thing about a touchdown is you just have to get to that white line. Just the point of the ball has to get there. So, wow.
And they get Milpitas to jump. Milpitas points over to number 55, but the funny part is they can't go back any farther. So a penalty in Los Gatos is not going to hurt you here.
Yeah, hopefully this one's on Milpitas to give them a little bit of room to work with.
And the referees are signaling offsides on Milpitas. I think that's pretty safe to say.
Yeah, that's the right call. Milpitas doesn't like it, but that's the right call. Even though the Los Gatos offensive lineman moves, it's the adjacent lineman. It's the lineman right next to it. So number 55 right there actually made the correct play to react to the movement by the defense.
Absolutely. It's going to give a 1st and 5 this time. Now they only have to go 94.8 yards, I guess it is.
Yep. But at least they have some room to work with.
Absolutely. A timeout is called here by Milpitas. A frustrated sideline right now. You'd have to say if you're Milpitas after the last series of events.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's been a handful of 50-50 calls that have definitely gone against Milpitas this evening. So I can see why they're frustrated. Also, you know, with such a strong running game, you don't expect to be stuffed multiple times from inside the 1 yard line. So, you know, this is a dangerous spot for Milpitas to a degree. You know, they want to maintain their composure. The only way that Los Gatos can really get back in this game is with a couple of real big plays.
Absolutely. Well, shout out while you're watching KCAT. Wildcat football on KCAT. Tune into Jacoby's Talk of the Town, a Charlie Rose-style interview with host Michael Jacoby and fascinating guests from around the Bay Area. Visit kcat.org/YouTube to view past shows. Don't miss Steve Mariucci, former 49er head coach, as our next featured guest. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him as a guest in here.
A drop back to pass by Hunter Big. He's set a little bit of time. It's a deep throw. He's got a man open and just overthrows him again. That is twice now that we have some overthrown balls by Big. I know there's a lot of pressure, but big plays need to be made right now if you're on the Los Gatos sideline.
Yeah, and this is what the culmination of all of that pressure that Milpitas has got on Biggie all game does. It makes him have a little bit of happy feet there, and that's the second out and up that the wide receiver has just been wide open on, and they haven't been able to complete that pass and execute. And that was one where it would have been a touchdown if the ball was on the money.
Absolutely. 4:26 left here in the fourth. Los Gatos down 14 points. Not out of it yet, but they are deep in their own zone, and they got to score 2 touchdowns. But at this point right now, you got to worry about getting the first down. 2nd and 5 on their own 5-yard line. They get another jump from the defensive line. It's going to be interesting to see what the call is on this one.
Offsides on the defense, I'm sure, again.
Encroachment again. It's the discipline factor right now on that defensive line. Something the entire first half and basically the whole game, Milpitas pushing that Los Gatos line. But when you're that aggressive on the defensive line, you're also susceptible to jumping.
Yep, and you know, seeing this now, I think Los Gatos is going to go back and wonder why they didn't run a hard count every single play, because you know these defensive ends are jumping off sides every time for Milpitas, or they're getting a sack. So.
There it is again, but no call. Big throws an out pattern and dropped.
Tough play for the wide receiver. He also would have picked up about a half a yard. So
it's Ryan Wilcox, the junior, 6 feet, 166 pounds.
Yeah, throw was a little bit high, but again, Biggie had no time to throw, so it's hard to fault him for that one.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10 on their own 10 and 10 and an inch yard line, and 4:21 left here in this really fun-filled evening. It's been a great game played by both teams. Big under center with 4 wide receivers right now. Gets another jump from a Milpitas defender. They might just walk the ball down the field on defensive penalties.
I don't know if I've ever seen this like this to this extent. You know, I mean, not to call anyone out, but I mean these guys have been sacking people all day, but I've never seen the same 2 guys just go off sides 8 times.
Absolutely, it's a matter of discipline. It's a matter of knowing, hey, you know, we can't give them the game. We can't give them a chance to get back in this game. And right now, Milpitas is literally giving Los Gatos chances to make mistakes and still capitalize. Big back to pass. He's got a guy over the middle. That's Miles Beach, and just overthrows him again.
Yep, and again, there was pressure right in his face, right from the guy who's jumped off sides 4 times. You know, he's getting to the quarterback, and that's the problem. And they really have no answer for slowing him down right now, other than the hard count.
Absolutely, you got to wonder right now. 3rd and 5, you got to get the first down. There's a turnover in the your own red zone is not going to work for Los Gatos right now, but you also got to get the ball upfield. These 5-yard gains because of defensive penalties is not helping you. They got 4 wide receivers. Milpitas has been rushing 4 constantly right now. Drops back to pass, a quick hitch, and Hayden Hibbard gets a nice 15-yard gain and a Los Gatos first down. The clock's going to run, though.
Yep, the clock will stop until the ball is spotted, as it's a first down, but Los Gatos got to hurry. They don't have much time to spare.
Big is barking out the orders to his receivers and tight end and running back and offensive line. They're running the hurry up. He's under center, drops back to pass, throws basically just an over the middle pass to Miles Beach, basically a 5-yard and en route, but he gets about a nice 9-yard gain.
Yep, quick little pass, a lot easier to manage with a very strong pass rush like this. Got to find a way to get the ball to Miles Beach more often.
A lot of yelling down there, trying to communicate to say this is another quick out. A nice play and a first down. That ball caught by Grant Rosenbaum, his most favorite target tonight anyway, with 3:35 left in the 4th.
So again, Los Gatos moving the ball through the quick passing game. It's what they've had success with all second half.
Absolutely. They're barking out orders to everybody. Miles Beach finally gets down. Now Big under center. Drops back to pass. There's a blitz from Milpitas. First time we've seen one of those in a while. And Big's just going to run it. Oh, and maybe a late hit, and they're going to get a late hit. And the Los Gatos sidelines is not happy about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a late hit on number 42, Ali Matau, the middle linebacker for Milpitas. That's going to be a 15-yard add-on to the end of the run.
And Big is actually okay, though. Surprisingly, he's been limping the whole game, but that didn't faze him one bit.
Yeah, that's probably the least of his worries right now. He's probably more concerned about that ankle or whatever it may be.
Absolutely. 3:19 left. That's going to march the ball all the way up to the Los Gatos, or the Milpitas 36-yard line. You know, as well as the Wildcats have been playing these last couple of plays, you got to attribute this drive to the Milpitas defense.
Yeah, I mean, the Milpitas defense has really given Los Gatos quite a few yards that they didn't necessarily earn. So they need to take advantage, and they need to score
5
quickly.
wide receivers for Los Gatos. Now back into the nice drop back. Big gets away. He's looking. Now he's going to run. He's going to take off. He fakes the throw. He runs around to the left side. He's up to the 20-yard line and hit out of bounds again. This time not late, but wow, stops the clock. 3 minutes and 9 seconds left, and they're now in Milpitas, the red zone.
Yeah, it was a great run by Biggie. He managed to contain out on the left side, and was able to get outside of the left end, who was supposed to be keeping him inside the pocket. And from there, he made some really nice moves and picked up some serious yardage.
Jake Parinello checks into the game for the Wildcats. Jordan Howell's coming out right now. Ryan Galt is in. And Hayden Hibbard comes in as well, so switching up personnel a little bit. They're close right now. A touchdown in the next few plays gives Los Gatos a real chance. They have all 3 timeouts, and they've stopped Milpitas on the last couple drives. So this is definitely a possibility for them if they get in the end zone now. Drops back to pass, a quick screen pass. That's Jake Parinello, who just checked in the game. He's going to get all the way up to the...
Close to a first down.
I think right now the one thing you would have thought is...
The flag is down now. Some stuff is going on. I'm not sure if the clock should have stopped. This clock is currently stopped right at 3 minutes left as we await the explanation from the referees.
It's like waiting for an hourglass to stop dropping sand to get an answer. Unsportsmanlike contact on Milpitas, and that's going to move the ball even deeper into the zone. I think that you could probably say that if they've driven 99 yards on this drive, that a good half of those yards are attributed to the Milpitas defense.
It's been quite a few. I mean, that one was a half the distance to the goal penalty, so it didn't actually hurt them for 15 yards, but it did give Los Gatos a first down, a first and goal here. 3 minutes left. Clock stopped. Time to get back in this ball game if you're Los Gatos.
This is, I mean, should be a one and done play for Los Gatos right now. You can't run the ball. It's a quick fade to Miles Beach. He's the taller one, but it's intercepted and ran out of the end zone. Number 22.
Number 22. Gracie.
And obviously the star of this game, and he's definitely showing it right now. It's an odd play call.
Yep, it's a play call that you want to score quickly. You want to leave some time on the clock so that you don't necessarily have to kick an onside kick, and so you can get the ball back just by playing good defense. But it didn't quite work out. Number 20, Tariq Bracy again making a play in a 50-50 ball in a one-on-one situation, just winning the battle. As all the Milpitas players played very well today, but a definite MVP of this game for me would be Bracy, and to say that as a sophomore coming into Los Gatos, which has always been a powerhouse football team, and being the MVP of a game like this as a sophomore, you can only expect great things from him in the future. Yep, adding another interception to his total, bringing his yearly total up to 3.
And there he goes right now. Oh my goodness, he's got the whole field ahead of him. If he breaks one tackle, he's up to the 50-yard line. This kid just doesn't stop.
Yep, he's tearing him up. It's the Tariq Bracy breakout game, if there hasn't been one before. And as you mentioned earlier, get to know this kid. He's going to be around. He's going to be a
scary sight. He's 6 feet, or he's 6 feet, 170 pounds now.
Imagine when he fills out.
It's going to be exciting.
Nobody can tackle him now.
I know. It's incredible. I mean, I guess if I kept running stairs like I did earlier today to get up here on time, maybe I might be able to get within half of his speed.
I think you'd have to climb Mount Everest.
I would probably have to climb Mount Everest without an oxygen tank to be able to do what he did. Unfortunately, we don't have the stats in front of us, but I'm sure he's over 200 yards rushing today for Milpitas, along with the interception. Another carry. And clock's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yep, not much Milpitas has to do now other than get a couple more first downs and this ball game's over.
Well, while we have a second, if you're having an event, consider KCAT TV 15 for all your video needs. We have a professional camera and editing crew and offer reasonable rates on location or in our studio. Visit kcat.org to find out more. And if you're a Los Gatos Montessorino resident, which me and Matt both are, perhaps you have an idea for the next great TV series. We want to hear about it. Let's make your dreams come true and get all those ideas on television. Call us at 408-395-KCAT, or if you're like me and you have trouble with the letters on the phone, it's 408-395-5228.
That's the way to do it.
Absolutely. There's so many letters on each number. Unfortunately, I think for Los Gatos tonight with 2:25 left, that letter is going to be an L and probably a W for the Milpitas side. A hard-fought game, but definitely overall controlled by Milpitas for most of it.
Yep. As Chavez takes the ball again, plowing forward. Yeah, this is a game where Los Gatos is really going to have to go back to the drawing board. They had some some really tough games at the beginning where they struggled mightily against good teams, namely Midi and San Benito, who are perennially very strong. Then they started to really get their feet under them and started to make some serious moves over these last 3 games. And And then they just kind of ran into a buzzsaw tonight with Milpitas with so many good athletes, and they just a lot of Los Gatos' success over the years stems from a team mentality and an ability to kind of wrangle some of these guys that are maybe better athletes than anyone that Los Gatos has on their team, by having like a group team tackling ability, basically.
Absolutely. When you and me played, we did tackling drills weekly, and I think it really helped us out. But I think that you really have to hint on these guys that some of the players that you're tackling are going to take more than just a quick tap to take down. And tonight, Milpitas showed that it's going to take a big tap to take any of their guys down. As here's Chavez up the middle, driving for a first down. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the fourth, and Los Gatos has one timeout left to use, and they might just let it run.
Yeah, Chavez just ripping off more yardage there, getting the first down, basically finalizing the details on this one.
So absolutely, you've been watching Wildcat football on KCAT. Our next broadcast will be in a few weeks back here at home. And you can tune in to Wildcat football on KCAT on YouTube. It's very simple, as there's the carry up the middle just for a gain of 1. It's www.youtube.com/user/KCAT TV broadcast. KCAT is with 2 T's. KCAT TV broadcast.
No, it's just one T.
Oh, just one T. Then there's the TV. It's really tough to see, but I bet if you go onto YouTube and you type in KCAT broadcast, you should be golden. The next broadcast, Matt?
The next broadcast is going to be 2 weeks from today. The Cats will be playing Fremont, which is a high school that is not in Fremont. It's in Sunnyvale.
That's very true, and it's somebody that we never got to play when we were here, so it's kind of a new opponent for Los Gatos that they've just moved up into the De Anza League.
Yep, they've moved up, and they started off the De Anza League 2-0. I don't think they definitely haven't played the likes of Milpitas yet, but it could be a good game and a challenge for the Cats.
Next week for Los Gatos will be away at Palo Alto, up near Stanford. There'll be another good test for Los Gatos. Palo Alto hasn't been as good as they've been in recent years, but it'll still be a good test for Wildcats coming off of this loss. 25 seconds left as Milpitas runs down the clock on 3rd and 8. It's been fun broadcasting with you, Matt. Thanks for waiting for me to get here.
Well, thanks for joining me. I thought I was going to lose my voice at about halfway through the first quarter to start with. So,
absolutely. So
also we got to help as the clock runs down here on a Los Gatos loss today. We hope Omar feels a little bit better here. He blew out his back because 30-year-olds apparently shouldn't be playing sports at this tender age.
I'm glad I'm 28 and Omar feel better. We'll hope to see you in the booth in 2 weeks. And that's a final right here as the Cats and the Trojans shake hands at the middle of the field, 28-14. Any other thoughts, Matt, before we call it a day? It's such a great job by Milpitas coming out and controlling this game, and a lot for Los Gatos to work on. But there's always good sides to both.
Yeah, it's not fair to not give plenty of credit to Milpitas. They're an incredible team. They're ranked 8th in the CCS for a reason. They'll probably be ranked higher now. They've got personnel that can match up with any team I've seen at the high school level. They have size, speed, strength. They have everything that you could look for in a team, and they're young, and they're only getting better. So
absolutely, we'll see a lot from Milpitas later this year. Thanks for tuning in to Wildcat Football on KCAT. For Matt Martini, Omar Alahi, who's home on his bed, and the rest of the KCAT team did a great job at broadcast. I'm Jeff Collins, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Adios.